sometime this month.
I'd like to call the village board meeting for the Village of Cary on Tuesday, April 3rd, 2018 to order with roll call, please.
Kraus?
Here.
Weinhammer? Here. Betts?
Here.
Kostler?
Here.
Cavelli?
Here.
Thank you. Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey, Eric, can you check the... Nice. We'll now move to the open forum where the public is invited to make an issue-oriented comment on any matter of public concern, not otherwise on the agenda. There's nobody that is signed in, so anybody in the audience would like to address the village board? We'll go ahead and close open forum then. I've got several things on my mayor's report, but first I'd like to welcome our new attorneys, Kleinthorpe Jenkins. We have Scott and Mallory who will be taking over the legal reins for the Village of Cary. We're very excited. It was a long process, but we're glad that you are here and going to keep us out of trouble. Thank you. So welcome to the Village of Cary. I've got a couple employees from Ed Anderson from Public Works. Front center, pal. It's all about you right now. Matt Anderson, he is our Public Works Department, and he has just completed. We have a very special pin, like the one that most of us will have, a Cary pin. It's solid gold, not really, but it signifies a 1-year anniversary for the Village of Cary, and wear it proud. Over to your boss, Director Morimoto. Tell you a few things. Tell us a few things.
It's only been a year, but you'll find that I can't talk about a PowerPoint, so sorry. Matt is celebrating his 1-year anniversary. We're pleased to have him here. He's brought a lot of fresh innovation to our operations, and most recently completed his Class 2 wastewater operator certification. So we're very proud of that. There's 4 levels of certification, and that's in those steps, and this is the second highest level you can get. So Matt is definitely bringing some high-level technical expertise and innovation that I mentioned. That photo there on the screen is something of Matt's handiwork. Streamlined a lot of our bottle washing operations instead of one at a time manually. He handcrafted this little gizmo here of spare parts lying around. So he's doing the Cary way of getting a lot done with very little, so we appreciate that. And just a little fun tidbit here on the screen is a sample question from that wastewater operator test that Matt took. I picked it because of the great name it has, the Krauss process. But just shows you the technical aspects that everyday guys like Matt and our whole team go through. If you know anybody interested in science and construction and hard work, this is your career. But Matt's a good embodiment of that, and we'd like to have you here. Appreciate it. And I won't make you answer that question. There you go.
Thanks a lot, Matt. One more tonight I have is, oops, wait a minute. I have this too. And then next we have Chad Fetzer, who is celebrating his 15th year in the Cary Police Department. It's been fun seeing this man grow through the ranks of our police department. I'm getting old. He comes from a long line of policing in his family. His uncle used to be our deputy chief, and he served as the interim chief while we were looking for our current chief, Pat Coon. So we are so thankful that we have you on our force. You're a great asset to our community, and thank you very much for 15 solid years.
A little bit about Chad. A little bit about Chad is he's performed in the roles of patrol officer, school resource officer, detective, and sergeant. He's currently assigned to the midnight shift. That would explain his pale complexion. And he is responsible for field training, and we're still looking for somebody to fill the ranks of a person that left us to make a laterally transfer to Lake in the Hills. He started with a full head of hair, so that was the other part of the thing. So, but Chad critically analyzes a lot of situations within the department and comes up with the right answer. And if I had a PowerPoint, it would have something to do with Constitution and law. So that's all I had. So Congratulations to Chad.
Moving along, we have about 14 or 15 proclamations, so sit tight. No, actually, we just have a few, and I've asked a couple of our trustees to help me out with it, so I'm going to turn over the National Service Recognition Day to Chris Betts.
National Service Recognition Day, April 3rd, whereas service is a hallmark of the American character and central to how whereas American Corps and Senior Corps participants address the most pressing challenges facing our cities and counties, from educating students for the jobs of the 21st century and supporting veterans and military families to providing health services and helping communities recover from natural disasters. And whereas 8 American Corps Vista serve as Northern Illinois Food Bank, helping to solve hunger in our community. And whereas the Corporation for National and Community Service shares a priority with mayors nationwide to engage citizens, improving lives and strengthen communities, and is joining with the National League of Cities, City of Service country to recognize the impact of service on the Mayor's Day of Recognition for National Service on April 3rd, 2018. Therefore, be it resolved that Mark Koenig, Mayor of Village of Cary, do hereby proclaim April 3rd, 2018 as National Service Recognition Day, and encourage residents to recognize the positive impact of national service in our village, to thank those who serve, and to find ways to give back to their communities. Dated this 3rd day of April, 2018.
Thank you, Trustee Betts. Now, Trustee Kraus will help us with National Public Safety Telecommunications Week.
Proclamation 2018 National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week, April 8th through the 14th, 2018. Whereas over 1.5 million dedicated men and women are engaged in the operation of emergency response systems for federal, state, and local government entities throughout the United States. And whereas these individuals are entrusted with the responsibility for responding to telephone calls from the general public for police, fire, and emergency medical assistance, and for dispatching such assistance to help save the lives and property of our citizens. And whereas in the Village of Cary, such calls for assistance include not only police, fire, and emergency medical service calls, but also encompass governmental communications related to highway safety and maintenance activities, parks and recreation festivities, and other village services in the community, all of which serve as a source of village pride and identity. And whereas the Southeast Emergency Communications CECOM Center telecommunicators, as part of America's public safety telecommunicators, daily serve Cary citizens in countless ways. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Mayor and Board of Trustees of the Village of Cary, McHenry County, Illinois, in recognition of all telecommunicators and especially in appreciation of those serving the Village of Cary, proclaim the week of April 8th through the 14th, 2018 as Telecommunicator Week, and
be aware of the dedication
and property and life-saving efforts put forward. Be it further proclaimed that a copy of this proclamation shall be posted at the Cary Police Department and sent to CECOM to serve as recognition of CECOM employees, dated this 3rd day of April 2018.
Thank you, Trustee Kraus. Now, Trustee Weinhammer will help us with Earth Day.
Okay, proclamation, Earth Day, April 22nd, 2018. Whereas the global community now faces extraordinary challenges such as environmental degradation, climate change, food and water shortages, and global health issues. And whereas all people, regardless of race, gender, income, or geography, have a moral right to a healthy, sustainable environment. And whereas it is understood that the citizens of the global community must step forward and take action to create positive environmental change to combat the aforementioned global challenges, and whereas a sustainable environment can be achieved on the individual level through educational efforts, public policy, and consumer activism campaigns, and whereas it is necessary to broaden and diversify the environmental movement to achieve maximum success. Now therefore, Mark Koenig, Mayor of the Village of Cary, do hereby proclaim April 22nd, 2018 as Earth Day in the Village of Cary to support environmental initiatives in the Village of Cary and to encourage others to undertake similar actions. Dated this third day of April 2018.
Thank you, Trustee Weinhammer. And I will do the Arbor Day. Proclamation Arbor Day, April 27th, 2018. Whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for planting of trees. And whereas this holiday called Arbor Day was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska. And whereas trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cut heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce life-giving oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products. And whereas trees in the village increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community. Now, therefore, it be resolved that I, Mark Koenig, Mayor of the Village of Cary, do hereby proclaim April 27th, 2018 as Arbor Day in the Village of Cary, dated this third day of April 2018. And now I have a very special guest, Danny Brzezina. He is a student at Cary Grove High School, and he's going to read the proclamation for Autism Awareness Month. Want to come up, Dan? Come up around over here. Before you do, oh, he's got a plan.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Danny.
Thank you.
Thanks, Danny.
Thank you, Danny.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I love a guy that comes bearing gifts. That's awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
It's a great
Here
idea.
we go. Does it look familiar?
Autism. It is a developmental discovery affecting the social communication and behavior skills of those affected by it, and as more health professionals become proficient in diagnosing autism, more children are being diagnosed on the autism spectrum, resulting in rates as high as 1 to 68 children naturally, and there are cultures currently no identifying causes or cure for autism. It is known that with proper execution, training, and community supporting individuals with autism can lead distinguished, productive lives and strive to reach their fullest potential. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Mark Koenig, Mayor of the Village of Cary, allows with Daniel Brzezina, student at Cary Grove High School, do hereby proclaim April 2018 as National Autism Awareness Month in the Village of Cary, dated this third day of April 2018.
Excellent. Well done. Excellent. This is for you.
Thanks.
Thank you for doing this for us. It's always a pleasure. Thank you very much.
I'll put by.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for all that helped us get through those proclamations. Next is the trustee reports. We have nothing on that part of the agenda. And we have two things that are going to be pulled off the consent agenda. So therefore, I will entertain a motion to approve consent agenda items 1 and 4 through 5.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Betts,
Yes.
Cavelli,
Yes.
Costler,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Weinhammer,
Yes.
Thank you. And I will entertain a motion to approve the March 20th, 2018 Village Board meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Cavelli,
Yes.
Betts,
Yes.
Weinhammer,
Abstain?
Costler,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Thank you. And I will entertain a motion to approve the March 20th, 2018 Committee of the Whole meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Kraus,
Yes.
Weinhammer,
Abstain?
Costler,
Yes.
Cavelli,
Yes.
Betts,
Yes.
Thank you. Items for separate action. I will entertain a motion to approve the Village of Cary annual operating and capital budget for fiscal year May 1st, 2018 to April 30th, 2019.
So moved.
Second?
Thank you. Hey, Michael?
In front of you this evening, each of you should have received the final budget binder for the Village of Cary's budget. As you notice, there was a page sitting on the top, even though I probably went through it 50 times. I did notice going through it that there was one page, there were 3 numbers that were omitted. The highlighted numbers are the numbers that have been included in the budget, and this page has been added to your binder. Upon approval, we will have it posted online, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you might have.
The change too that Finance Director Descharmes is referencing is out of the bond fund. So this isn't to the general fund, this is the bond fund. It was just for principal and interest payments. Minor oversight that we have corrected and we will include in final budget here. I wanted to add too as well, since our last budget meeting on March 17th, we made a couple minor edits that I included in the board packet here in the report. The street sweeping line item, the street light R&M line item, we added $5,000 for any work that we want to do out at the cemetery if we wanted to add any fencing or landscaping since our last discussion. And to offset that, we pulled some dollars and deferred some prairie burning that we're going to do. So the net amount, there isn't any change to the number that you reviewed on March 17th. Those were the only changes that we made since our last meeting, aside from the bond fund change that Mike had outlined.
Any other comments or discussion on the budget? We've gone through quite a bit. I have to acknowledge the staff and Michael and your staff. Outstanding job, tough year, a lot of challenges ahead of us, even next year. So we will be looking to sharpening our pencil and look at various items moving forward. But thank you very much for all that you've done for us in our current budget year. So that and no other questions or anything else, roll call, please.
Weinhammer,
Yes.
Betts,
Yes.
Cavelli,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Costler,
Yes.
Thank you. And I will entertain a motion to approve a resolution adopting the Village of Cary 2018 through 2023 Capital Improvement Plan.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Mayor, Village Board, we reviewed this, our CIP on February 20th with you. Before you is the final CIP package here. This is essentially presents our vision for the next 5 years of various projects that we want to address, helps us outline the funding that's available for those. So looking for your approval of the resolution this evening. Upon approval, we'll have on the website here for view by the public. So happy to answer any questions about the CIP.
Good guide. Again, thank you for putting this together. It's a great guide for us to move forward. And remember, all the actions in here will require board action on any expenditures, so
Correct.
moving forward. Any other questions? Discussion? Roll call, please.
Costler,
Yes.
Weinhammer,
Yes.
Cavelli,
Yes.
Betts,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Thank you. Moving to administrators report.
Mayor, Village Board, the one item that I had for you this evening, I reached out to most of you to talk about a potential special meeting on April 10th. Since the conversations I've had with you, I've reached out to one trustee and April 11th trustee. So that is the night that we're going to shoot for here to work for trustee Betts. So happy medium here that will work for the most trustees. One of the Metro IGA and engagement letter with them. It should be a very quick meeting. We're going to confirm with what meeting night would work better for Metro. They need to approve it at their April 18th meeting. Otherwise, we would consolidate it and have the April 17th meeting where we consider it. But we're going to try to get it done ahead of time so they can bless it during their April meeting. So follow up with you and confirm the date for next week. That's all I had.
Thank you. Chief Finland, anything for us? Director Morimoto?
No PowerPoint this time.
Shoot.
Just a couple things. Thank you for the Arbor Day proclamation, and you might have seen the flag on the wall. We are celebrating the Village of Cary's 10th year as a honoree of Tree City USA and the Arbor Day Foundations program. So we're proud that we're doing our part in keeping the Village of Cary green. Second, as Administrator Wright mentioned, the Metro project is moving along. A precursor to that you may have seen out in the field is that the utility relocations for some fiber optic work has begun. So all that work is by first AT&T. It is not impacting the use or the ability for commuters to use the platform, but just so you're aware, if you're wondering what the fencing is out there, that initial work has begun. And lastly, like a proud father, honoring our staff here, I do want to honor our management analyst, Courtney Sage. She is actually going to be receiving an award for her capstone project at her alma mater, Eastern Illinois. It's a college award of excellence for her project, and I'll let her describe the name of that project. But we're very proud of her for her work at school and her continued work here at the village.
Congratulations, Courtney. That's awesome. Michael, you have anything else for us? We've kept you pretty busy for the last couple of months, so. Moving to future agenda items and discussion by the village board.
Yeah, I wanted to go ahead and bring up the solicitors item again to be rediscussed since I wasn't here during that and I wasn't aware of what was going to happen.
Okay. That's going to be on the cow on April 17th.
17th.
Yep, that's fine. Good.
I would assume a majority of the board is fine with that then, correct?
And then anything else?
I had one thing. I just would like to discuss again, like the special events and the overtime of the Public Works Department and Police Department.
We need to follow up here at a committee meeting related to our special event policy. That's still on the list here of things to tackle. We've been spending a lot of time with the budget, but we're going to circle back on that to further explore that with the village board.
Anything else? Just one other thing is a matter of information and hopefully some good feedback on this. You know, we're all interested in economic development, and I've been talking with Director Simmons about having a summit of some sorts of the current property owners, vacant property, storefronts, to kind of get an understanding of what they're seeing and hearing about the Village of Cary, what roadblocks they may be having, or what successes and what might be working. So we're looking to probably do that sometime in May or June, just to get everybody together that would want to participate in this summit, so to speak, just so we get some feedback and some understanding about what's really being, you hear things from various people, various realtors, but if we got everybody together in one room and find out, you know, are they aware of our codes and that we're finishing our UDO, about our comprehensive plan, you know, what are they looking for, what type of feedback they're getting. So I think that might be a positive step for us to see where we can help potential businesses. So we'll keep you posted on that.
Is there anything going on with we had the Economic Development Task Force. Is there anything new with that? I don't think we've heard anything recently.
Yeah, we're still meeting with the ED Task Force. We have on our work plan here, though, we've got to add a couple members. We're down to 2 members. We had 2 members resign. Here, one had to move out of state, and then the other one just had too many commitments. But yeah, they're still working on various items. Here, if you recall the video that they had finalized, here was one of the work projects that they were assigned to complete. And we've got more business visits. We want to get them more involved in business visits too.
Okay.
Okay, anything else? Okay, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.